we are in Brexit Britain now. The former Labour MP David Miliband, he said that being Brexit Britain has made Britain a lower status country. What do you think to that? Peter Hitchens?
I think it might have made Mr Miliband a lower status politician among the sort of people he likes to consort with. But I don't think it's made any difference. Britain was already a pretty low status country before Brexit. I don't think it's made any great difference to our standing. Most people outside this country don't think much about it or of it. We have a hugely inflated idea of how important we are, and it can't be bad if we begin to shake this off and realise how we're not and how we need to fix the things that we don't fix. But it's daft to say that leaving the European Union reduced our status.
Is it daft?
No, I don't think it is. I mean, I think when we were in the EU, we were incredibly influential in a very large bloc. We held the ring between Germany and France. Neither of them wanted us to leave because they have so many disagreements and they're both incredibly big, and we could come in. So we had incredible influence, and we don't have it now. And the other thing that we had with the States was that we were the bridge between Europe and America, and we're not that. So I agree with Peter that we're now just, a small country on the outside.
Medium-sized.
Medium-sized country on the outside. But I think before Brexit we were much...
Can I just ask you, Scarlett, give me an instance of this influence that we had over France and Germany?
Well, we had influence over the EU. I mean, one of the things is that we had a deal in the EU that was incredibly good. We weren't in the euro, right? We were allowed to be in the EU and not be in the euro.
Well, says Poland.
They've now changed the rules.
But it is the case. There are quite a lot of countries which are in the EU which don't have the euro. It's not unique to us.
No,
but I just want an instance of that's individual treatment. I want an instance of this influence over the direction of the EU and its domination by France and Germany, which we supposedly had. Because I could never see any sign of it at all, any more than I could ever see any sign of this special relationship between Britain and the United States. When I lived in Washington, D.C., I hunted for the special relationship. I went out with packs of dogs looking for it. There was no evidence of it at all. It does not exist. It is a fantasy.
What's your example?
I didn't say there was a special relationship.
You said we were a bridge.
I said we were a bridge.
As if the Americans had no other way of contacting the European Union except through London. Come on.
Oh, come on. No, it wasn't. It was very good that we were in the EU and we were influential. And now that we're out of it, it doesn't really matter.
You can't give me any examples of this influence that we supposedly had, because we didn't have any. But they had influence over us, to be sure, but they didn't have any.
Actually, they didn't have influence over us.
Well, go on then. We've got about another 30 seconds. Come up with an example.
The whole thing around before Ukraine about who was going to be in the EU, what the rules were. I mean, we were right in the middle of trying to rewrite stuff, and then we pulled out. I mean, it was that easy.
You can't come up with that because there isn't anything. It's a fantasy.
It is not.
We never were.
We always were.